I'm here with valued coaching client Kevin Fawver. Kevin, welcome.
Thank you for having me today, Dr. Mona.
My first question: how was your voice and communication as an executive before working with me?
Yes, Dr. Mona, I reached out to you initially because I felt the need to strengthen my voice. I don't naturally have that radio type of voice, so I really wanted to, uplift my voice level and really how I interacted with other people in my company and outside the company as well. It's something that I, had a desire to do for years and years and years. So I finally did it, and I reached out to you. One thing that we discovered along the way is that it wasn't only my voice, but it was how I was hearing myself. My impression of my voice was not, as I would listen to recordings later, not as I expected. So it gave me some ideas about how to address that. And then secondly, there were situations where I was very nervous in meetings. For example, even doing introductions as we would go around the table. As we get closer and closer to my introductions, my heart would start beating fast. I'd start breathing more rapidly. And I couldn't even focus on what was being said in the meeting because I had sort of that fight or flight type of response. So those were some things upon further self-reflection, in addition to the voice coaching that I was able to discover with you.
Wow, thank you. And tell us a little bit more about your experience of working with me.
Yeah, I mean, we set up meetings in private rooms, Dr. Luna, and that was, I think, a real valuable experience for me. So it was, very focused. It gave me the opportunity to practice some specific things in the room, and it was great because we would talk about specific situations in my work environment or in the personal environment, and actually practice those. And one thing that was really valuable too was recording those sessions so I could go back and listen to them on the airplane or my leisure time, and reinforce some of the things and techniques that you had given to me.
Oh, fantastic. What is your life like now after learning these skills? How has your life changed?
Yeah, it's allowed me to be much more empowered, if I could use that word, and be able to have an equal seat at the table with my management team, with my colleagues, even outside of life, in terms of outside of work, I should say, as we practice things in the personal environment. So it's made me more comfortable in allowing me to better leverage my experience in business and otherwise, and just more comfortable in general. It's also allowed me to become a better listener, so that rather than being focused on my inner self of being nervous, I'm listening in meetings, I'm clarifying questions, I'm being able to extend conversations based on what I hear rather than focus on that nervous energy internally.
Wow. Kevin, thank you so much for being here and sharing your experience.
You're welcome, Dr. Maluna. Thank you again for having me.